Mary Kath, Robert Lamb, Lee Lockney, James Pankow, Walt Parazater, Danny Seraphin, Peter Cetera. This is the end of their lives as they know it. Now it's 1968. The big thing is playing shows, making a name for themselves, tearing off the suits and drying off the pomade, getting signed to a record contract, renaming themselves the Chicago Transit Authority.
Takes a lot of getting used to learn to live without you. Without you, from the people start.
Recording at Caribou Ranch, it was a monastic environment. I mean, all we had was our music. There was no distraction at all.
We created distractions all over the horse riding, practicing
but,
shooting.
Caribou Ranch gave us an outlet that it was a very purified experience because, we were immersed in songwriting without distraction.
That part of it was really good.
And then you and I remember one night you and I were in the studio until the sun came up working on a song that never came to fruition.
Yeah.
But that's what we did. I mean, there was nothing else to focus on.
Well, it seems to me that you guys were writing about what was happening in your lives.
That's exactly right.
At the time.
Exactly
and
right.
We were just growing with
Not that we understood what was
going on.
going
And then recording that.
Yeah.
Well, I think
retrospective.
I think our songs have always largely been about personal experience.
Yeah.
Our songs have always been about life.
Chicago 6, the 50th anniversary.
I was emulating the Yoko Ono, John Lennon album, and there was a lot of the just piano, really kind of condensed sound. So I was just referencing that And I liked the idea of just a very simple track, because for me, at that point in our career, we had a lot of success. We were just coming off Chicago 5, which is a very, very successful album. And we were getting slammed for some reason. So I,
Critics of us or you as a writer, is that what you were taking?
I was critics of us.
And then Just You and Me became a huge hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it pretty much shows that the critics don't really know their ass from a hole in the ground.
Well, they like what they like, and they don't like what they don't like, and
Right.
there's no rhyme or reason.
Well, the first album they loved. We were underground, really successful. As soon as they became hits, they hated it because...
Stronger Every Day. Peter Cetera and I wrote that in a gazebo on a cliff overlooking the Pacific. And it was initially a relationship song, but Feeling Stronger Every Day has evolved into a song of hope and resilience. It's amazing how, songwriting can remain relevant, as life changes, as the times, as society changes.
Could be interpreted
The
differently.
message doesn't change. The message, in fact, reinforces,
Well, just the success itself looks different from the public's point of view as to this must be idyllic for them.
Without a doubt, yeah.
We're blessed in a large way by virtue of what we do, because we're in personal contact with hundreds of thousands of people every year, and we absorb the general mood and feeling of humanity by exposure to these people on a daily basis.
When was the first time you heard Chicago 6?
On the radio.
Oh, yeah.
And immediately I went, wow, there's percussion.
Exactly. That's what I thought too. Chicago added percussion. I think the first song that I heard was Hollywood. And it's more percussion than drums on that one. And Algier was just grooving like a monster on that. So
Yeah.
it blew me away. And it's interesting because with Chicago, the horn players, they all played the percussion parts. Like Jimmy, he still has the same cowbell.
Yeah.
Just You and Me was a demo that I did at home. And I remember bringing a cassette to Caribou Ranch. And, we were all bringing songs to the ranch to listen to for prospects for the album. And I remember playing it for you.
Kind of a young rock star, had way too much time on my hands. My relationships were not real good.
Something in the city changes people?
Yeah, I thought I had friends, but they weren't, turns out.
So you think it was the city or just them?
Well, I blamed the city and, what people were doing, and, I didn't really understand what was going on. I was really...
had the great joy of putting smiles on faces all these years and staying out of jail.